Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Shiksha Mantra. Just have a look at the board. What's written there? Here it has been written modifying indefinite pronouns. Yes, dear friends. Here we are going to discuss about indefinite pronouns and the modifications that we do with them. But before we start this discussion, I must tell you something. Indefinite pronouns, these are very much special. Even I've discussed it the other day. Just before this particular session, the last session, there was a discussion regarding indefinite pronouns. And there I have asked a question whether it works against gravitation. That means whether it works against the rules of pronouns or the definition that we use for it. So if you haven't actually checked that discussion, I'm putting the link in the I button and also in the description. From there you may check it and then begin this particular discussion about modifying indefinite pronouns. But you may ask me one question, sir, why are you so much conscious about modifying indefinite pronouns? Yes, dear friends, indefinite pronouns, they always break the rules. They're pronouns, but seldom they follow the rules of pronouns. Rather, most of the times, they break them. So when we go to use an adjective with an indefinite pronouns or modifying it, it works rather strangely. Why I'm saying so? First, have a look at what normally we do for pronouns and nouns combination. Normally, when we use an adjective with a noun or a pronoun, we use them attributively. So the adjective comes before the noun or the pronoun. So that's the rules we usually follow. But for indefinite pronouns, it's quite opposite. Rather, it's very strange. If you don't know what is the proper construction of using adjective with indefinite pronoun, you are going to find it very difficult. So stay tuned to this discussion till the end. You are going to learn a lot of funny things about it. So let's see what is waiting for us in the first part of this discussion. The position of an adjective in a sentence when used with an indefinite pronoun. This is the actual topic we are going to discuss today. Position of adjectives in a sentence. So our focus is position of the adjectives, and when specifically when used with an indefinite pronoun. So an indefinite pronoun is there in a sentence and it is modified with an adjective. Where would be the adjective placed? What would be its position? So that's the topic of discussion we are going to have today. So what I have said that the position is changed. How it is changed? When an indefinite pronoun gets modified with an adjective, the indefinite pronoun comes first, then the adjective. Just remember what I have said. I have told you that when adjective is used with a noun or a pronoun, just forget about pronoun now, just consider noun. It comes before the noun it's modifying. But here, for indefinite pronouns, the adjective comes right after the pronoun. Seldom you'd find such constructions for any other parts of speech. And not for any pronoun, but indefinite pronoun only. So, how it works, obviously, to learn this in detail, we have to get deep into it. So, let's check how it works. For indefinite pronouns plus adjective constructions, here we have an example. Nothing good will come of this. Nothing good will come of this. So, nothing, this is the indefinite pronoun. That's it. And good, this is the adjective. So, what construction we have here? We have the indefinite pronoun first and it's followed by the adjective. So this is the speciality we are talking about, indefinite pronoun and modification of indefinite pronoun. Nothing good will come of this. Nothing good. You can't say good nothing. Just try to actually produce the sentence, reproduce the sentence. If you say good, that is the adjective, then comes the pronoun good nothing. Obviously, it won't mean anything. Say good nothing and it won't mean nothing. Good nothing mean nothing. Yeah, that sounds pretty well. So, whenever you are using adjectives with indefinite pronouns, the adjective would follow the indefinite pronoun. That's the rules. And what happens for the second sentence? Let's check it as well to find out what's happening here. Give the job to anyone willing to do it. To anyone. So this is the indefinite pronoun. And willing, this is the adjective. So what we are doing here, we are also placing the adjective right after the antecedent pronoun or indefinite pronoun in particular. So this is how whenever a modification is done for indefinite pronouns and adjective is used for it, you have to remember that this is very tricky. The adjective would follow the indefinite pronoun, but yes, dear friends, before we proceed with the discussion, here's a but. Now the question is, why is here but? Again, there's a but, and but means, as you know, some exception. This is the most important part of this discussion. Here you'd learn the reason why such alteration is going on and follow it very keenly. Obviously, you are going to learn it well. A precious few actually read the original police report. A precious few. This is the indefinite pronoun. And before comes precious, that's the adjective. So here in this sentence, the rules that we have learned, that indefinite pronoun must be followed by the adjective and not preceded by. It's not working here. It's again against gravitation. Yes, dear friends, I've told you now, indefinite pronouns are really very, very tricky. You have to learn a lot to get to them. So here the indefinite pronoun is preceded by the adjective. And come to the next sentence, the sentence here. A great many would overlook the story. So many, you have an indefinite pronoun here, and it's also preceded by an adjective, great. So here the construction is adjective plus indefinite pronoun. Now the question would appear, sir, why? Why there's an alteration of the rules? Would we call it exception? But as you know, I'm very much fond of avoiding the word exception. Most of the time, I ask my students to avoid the word exception. Because in English grammar, there's nothing that we may call exception. Rather, everything we use here are rules. How are they? Let's excavate the reason why it's happening. The reason for these exceptions and others like them is quite simple. Why? You have to remember this only. Indefinite pronouns, they derive from quantifier adjectives. Yes, dear friends. They are derived from quantifier adjectives, or you may say modifiers, that describe some big amounts or numbers of things, people, or stuff. So, first, they are indefinite pronouns. Why are they indefinite? Because they are derived from quantifier adjectives, and those modifiers most of the time describe a vague amount or number of people, thing, or stuff. And those quantifier adjectives are their own adverbs to describe degree or intensity. So, what are these adverbs? Just have a look at these adverbs and you'd find what I'm saying. The adverbs are precious, great, so, very, increasingly, even, ever. So, these are the adverbs which come with those quantifier adjectives. So, what happens when these adverbs are used with these quantifier adjectives? The result is adjective plus indefinite pronoun. But how it works? For this, we have to dive in the depth of this ocean of knowledge. And what's this? Very few were entrusted with the details of this case. So, this is the adjective few. This is another what? Just consider. It's what? It's indefinite pronoun. But it's referring to number. Or number of what? Which is vague. It's not a definite number, rather a vague number. Vague number of people is being suggested here. And very few, with their conjugation, we put the adjective first, then the indefinite. So here very is being used very much like what? Like an adverb. Even fewer know the suspect is left-handed. Even fewer. So this is indefinite pronoun, and even, that's the adjective. So here also, from that list, if you haven't remembered the list, just pause the video and get that list. For those words, you'd have to do this. You'd have to put the adjective first, then the indefinite pronouns. So indefinite pronoun is going to get very, very interesting in our discussions. And now I think we must make a different playlist for indefinite pronouns and discuss in detail about indefinite pronouns, because they are going to be very, very handy for us when we use them in our sentences. They are very tricky. So let's continue with our discussion of indefinite pronouns in these two sessions, and also in the next few sessions it continued with indefinite pronouns. So stay with us, like our videos, and obviously subscribe our channel with bell notifications on, so that we can present you these precious discussions immediately to support you in your learning of English grammar and English language. So we are returning very soon. Till then, bye bye. Happy learning.